So right, I've been like, so hi guys. I mean, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I can't be bothered to like do a live video because it's kind of I don't like having cameras in my room, you know, and all that. I just I'm just doing this just to if I can't I mean, if I'm unable to convince anyone, at least I'm just doing this for myself, so I can remember it, you know. So let's just get to the story, right? So think about a few weeks ago, between I can't remember when. It was just on the 27th. Yeah, it was almost on the 4th of July, somewhere around there. It was on the early weeks of July. So I went to Malaysia. So we took a bus there. Everything was fine, The journey was fine and everything. So we got to our destination. We took a grab, So we would. I was taken here. I had no idea where I was gonna stay. I was with Mikey, my guitarist, So he said, "Hey, Paul, come on, man. I'll take you there, man." So when I got there, it was at this place, Travel Lodge Hotel. So where as soon as on the first night, we reach this hotel around 9 p.m. at night, and then Mikey said, "Hey, one of our friends is waiting for us at this place in Merdekaya. Merdekaya is this arts center somewhere in KL. It's where all the underground good local bands that have made a name for themselves among the local artists scene over in Malaysia, that is where they get to play, So I went there with Mikey. It was a nice, decent place, 2 stories, kind of like a small house, like a bit of a bungalow, but it could fit in about 2 bars below and on top. I went upstairs. There were about like 20 tables. It looked very like like wow, right smack in the middle of KL. Like if I don't think that place is for the regular tourists. This is for like the musicians around this the Asian region. That is where you want to be, man, because you want to get to know some underground musicians who go there and play. So I was there, so I was watching this Thai band. Man, they were playing jazz and everything, and like they covered a few songs. One was by Chick Corea, this 70s jazz musician from USA. Yeah, Chick Corea, and they covered a song by them. I think I was the only one in that crowd that knows that song. So I said, "Hey, Chick Corea, Spain," like, yeah. I mean, and they know that I know that song. So thumbs up, man, and everything. So I was like, we were drinking this like local rice wine over there, and seriously, this is gonna be a long conversation, man, because before I left for this road trip or my first show over there, I don't know, there's this hawk toa girl, posting stuff about she spitting, doing the spitting action and everything, So I got there, and I was like, hey, I'm like drinking this rice wine, and it's called tuak, man. It's called twak, and yeah. Okay, let's not talk about that girl, man. There will be there will be something that if you come to me and I'll tell you another story, man. Okay, so back to what I was saying, man. All right. So I went. So that night, we were at that club, right? So I was drinking like 3 bottles of that, like on me. So yeah, that was quite wild, man. So that night, we got back to the hotel. Everything was fine. It was just me and Mikey, and Mike was like, being the typical. I mean, he's a dad. He's a dad. He's like he used to be a like university lecturer around here, and he's like the kind of guy like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna brush my teeth, change, go to bed, and that's it. No conversations, no nothing. He's just gonna do his thing. And I know him. I know his style of doing things. It's just that's it. No. It's nothing much to talk about, man. That's how he does his style, man. So he goes to bed and I change and I just follow along, man. So the next day, he got up. He got up so early as he always has done. He was around like 9 a.m. and he woke me up. Then he said, "Hey, come on, man, let's go get some breakfast. I want to walk around, man." And I told him like, "Oh man, I'm a bit hungover, Mike. Like my head is a little too heavy, man." Then he said, "You okay?" He asked me, "Man, you alright? You alright? You okay?" Then I said, "I think I'll be fine here. I'll just lie down in bed, And then he told me, "Okay, man. You just stay in bed. You if you want to get anything, just there's a restaurant downstairs. Just go down and get some food. I'm just gonna be walking around and just looking around, man. Then I told him, yeah, I'll be fine, Mike. I just need to get this headache off me for a while, man. That shit was heavy, man. That rice wine, that twak, that was heavy shit, man. And I drank like freaking 3 bottles with this dude, with this Chinese dude. I never met him before, and later on I found out that we were gonna play on the same set, and his band was like so fucking funny. And that night, it's just like his aura, man. It just clicked with mine, man. It's just like we both clicked, man. Because we were both into the same shit, the funny shit, man. And the thing is, we haven't met before, but when we met, everything just like around us, around our heads, our ideas and everything just like bam, it's like we were just giggling and heckling like, hey, you want one more, and like and I was like yeah, man, and he got one more, and then I said, okay, man, the next one's gonna be on me, man, and then he got one more, and I think, and he was like pouring like full glass, and like I was like sipping the drink like a bit by bit, and he was like trying to show me, man, hey, that's not how you drink it, man. He took it by the cup, and he just like he just gulped down the whole glass, and I was like looking at him, thinking to myself, oh, so that's how you drink the thing, So I was like, okay, all right, let's go, man. So I pour myself like one full glass, yeah, about the typical whiskey size glass, and so I just went like one gulp down, man. It's not that strong, it's something like rice wine, like sake, it's not that strong. You can just like gulp it down, but I tell you what, man, hours later, then you're gonna feel the effect, man. You're gonna be like, whoa, it's gonna hit you like it's gonna hit you strong, right? So the next day I woke up, man. So Mikey was out. Mikey left the hotel. He went walking around. he wants to buy something, for his wife and kids. I think he wants to buy something. Yeah, I think he's probably his first time in KL since he's been in Singapore for the last 20 years. I don't think he's been to KL before, with his wife and kids. So I mean, that was probably his first trip with me and our band. So I think he wants to walk around and he wants to buy something, for his friends or whatever. So he was out. So I was alone in that hotel room. So I was staying in this hotel. Okay. So I'll show you the map. So I was here, right? So I could see I could see the post Malaysia headquarters, and I could see that blue line, right? That line is actually a big canal. It looked like a river, man, and the stream is very very strong. It's super strong. If you were to jump on it, there's no way you're gonna swim across. The stream is boom, it's like a fucking train, man, just going so fast. The only thing that you can like look out for, when I was looking out my window, I had all that free time in that hotel room, and I was like groggy as fuck. I was just looking down. I was hoping that maybe I would see a crocodile or some python or some crocodile, that kind of shit. When you're in like in the suburbs, that kind of stuff. So I was like, so I woke up. I decided to like, all right, man, let's just get through the day, man. Come on, I can just lie in bed, and like and just not eat anything. So I put my shoes on, just put my head on, put my glasses on. I was looking like shit, man. I was like groggy as fuck. I didn't shower. I just went to the restaurant below, and I didn't even sit in there, man. I as soon as I entered the restaurant, I saw like a lot of like Italian and French tourists. They were having a breakfast. Like big breakfast, man. And I was like, oh shit, no way, man. I'm not gonna sit in there, man. I'm like, I'm having this kind of like a nervous culture shock kind of thing. Like, I haven't been in KL since I was like in my 20s, man. Like fucking 20 odd years ago. And there's something about traveling alone, and like I'm not that when sobriety hits you, like, whoa, I want to be drunk, man. And if I'm drunk, like, I'm fine, man. I'll just sit down and I'm just like, all right, I'll be fine. But if I'm sober, like, if I'm sober, my mind will be like looking around, what's that, man, what's this, man. I start giving off this like vibe, like, what is this guy looking at, man? What is that? What is he so curious about things? But that's the human nature, right? You look at things around you like, oh, what's this, what's that? So, and that's when I'm sober. So that's one thing about me. I hate being sober outside. Sometimes you look at things, and people like look at you like, what the fuck you looking at, man? So that's why I like to be high, or I like to be drunk when I'm outside, and just like have a sense of what's around me, where I don't actually have to look at things directly. I could just like sense, okay, it's there, right? Something. I'm just so used to that. I'm just so used to that. I'm just so used to that I probably think I need to go to the AA meeting or whatever. So yeah. So I got my breakfast. I ordered the takeaway, man. Some fried noodles. I just wanted eggs and orange juice and something, some carbs. Because I'm desperately hungover. I'm weak in the, tired. My head is like spinning. I know I gotta eat something, so I ordered that shit. I just like and the girl was like looking at me like, why is this guy not eating, sitting down here, man? Like you can just, I could just like pay up front for like I think about 40, 50 RM, and I could just like have this buffet of like breakfast. They were all looking at me weird, man. Like, why is this guy just ordering, and I'm like giving off this vibe like I'm still drunk. So they kind of like understood like, oh, okay, I just want to be alone, that kind of thing. I'm still drunk, I'm like a bit tipsy. I was like looking for my lighter. I was doing the, oh shit, where's my keys, man? Oh, where's my phone? I was I was acting a bit like like high or drunk. So they got it. So they gave my takeaway. So I got back up to my hotel, sat down, didn't waste much time, took out my shoes. I just sat in front of the I just put my noodles in front of the table where I took out my shoes and just ate the noodles. They didn't give me any fork and spoon, which is fine. So I couldn't find any fork and spoon in the hotel, so I just washed my hands and just eat it with my hand. I just went like, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a fast one. So I killed it like in like 2 minutes, and then down the orange juice. Wash my hands. Yeah, I felt much better. Just wash my face. As soon as I felt the food was in my stomach, I felt like, okay, this felt good. So I'm like, okay, let's go down for a smoke, because it's a non-smoking hotel. You can't smoke in the room. You can get fined for like 500 RM, $500 over there. So I was like, so I couldn't smoke. So I went downstairs for a smoke. So, I had 2 sticks. So I went back up. So that was when I had like this free time, right? So that was probably by around 11 a.m. So I was thinking, hey man, I gotta be down at the lobby by 2 p.m. because that's when Trampers is gonna come. Trampers is my vocalist. That is when he's gonna arrive, and we should all be ready by 2 p.m. We're just gonna have to walk down to where we're gonna play, which is in Chinatown. Chinatown, somewhere in a club there. I'm not gonna tell you where. And anyway, so I was thinking to myself, okay, so it's 11 a.m. So I turn on the TV, man. It's freaking boring, man. It's like sports, soccer. I'm like, yeah, okay, and the rest is all like religious talks and everything. And I'm like, come on, man. So then I found the radio stations, man, on the TV. So I was going through all the radio stations. So I was looking for an English radio station, man. Because I want to hear the local music around in KL, man. I want to hear the local rap music, or whatever, man, electronic music, pop music, or whatever, man. So I found the English station, man. It was called Fly FM. So I turned it on, and it was like dope, man. These guys were rapping about weed. They were. I was like, wow, okay, yeah, it sounds like nothing new to me. It's fucking dope, It's like So they were rapping and everything, all dope tunes. So I was like, all right, this is nice. So I turned that out. So I was like just listening to that. Walking around the room. Just like stretching out. So then I decided to just to just like leave the music on. So I was like, okay, let's just sit by the bed, man. So I was like, wow, this feels so good, man. I just ate, just nice. So I was just sitting on the bed. So I was just looking out the window, right? So I could see the river here. I was just looking down at the river, and there's like people walking around here. There's like children running around, tourists walking around. I'm just like, wow, this is like, wow, so nice to get away from like Singapore, because I just quit my job before I did this trip here. So it was kind of like a breezer for me, man. It's like chill time, man. So I was getting that chill moment, like just enjoying myself, looking out the window. So I was just looking out here. Yeah, I could see the Taman Petronas, whatever that is. Yeah. Uh, I could see the mosque here. Yeah, and around here, right? Around here, I spotted like eagles. The eagles. They were probably um well, in Asia. I've studied like I've seen like eagles in the sky. They are mostly the largest ones that I've seen the white bellied sea eagles. These sea eagles are mostly from Australia, Indonesia. They migrate from Australia to Indonesia to Malaysia to Singapore. It's southeast birds, and there are some vultures. And the vultures are the biggest. If you see them, you can tell by their wingspan, man. It's very huge, and usually you can see them flying very high. But where I was in that hotel, right? So I was down here. So I was looking at the eagles, or maybe it was a family of eagles, man. Like I could see like two of them. One is a little one, the other one is slightly bigger. One is still learning how to fly, and the other one like could probably still could just learn how to glide. The other one just learned how to glide, and the younger one was still learning how to fly. And then came I think the mom or the dad, man, just gliding around, just looking over the two young birds. Still teaching the young eagles how to glide and everything. I've seen that before, man. Like a family of eagles. They're flying around, and like their mom or dad was like is teaching the younger ones, trying to fly and glide. So they are learning how to glide. So I was just watching. I was like, wow, that's nice. So I was just sitting on the bed, and it's like, this is nice. Like, I was just looking at that. And then out of the blue, and then the door in my hotel. So Mikey came back to the hotel. It was around 12 p.m. by then. 12 p.m. Mikey came back. Then he said, "Yeah, how are you? Are you feeling better?" Then I told him, "Yeah, I went down to get some food, man. Yeah, I just ate. I'm fine. I had a smoke downstairs, had some juice, made myself some tea. I'm fine, man." Then he was like, "Oh, cool, man." So he took a shower, and so when he was in the shower, and then he came out, he changed and everything. I was still on the bed, looking at the eagles and everything. So I turned around, and I looked at him. Hey, Mikey, man, I'm just looking at the eagles flying in the sky. And he looked at me and was like, really? Cool, man. Yeah, you do that, huh? All right, cool. Make sure you're able to play later on, man. Yeah, you'll be alright, right? I told him, yeah, I'll be fine, man. Don't worry about me, man. So I was just looking at the eagles flying in the sky, and he was just like changing. As soon as he was changing, he was on the bed, looking at his phone, just chilling out, waiting for 2 p.m. just killing time, man. So I was seated on the bed, So the eagles were still flying around here. The eagles, they were still flying around here. And then, out of the blue, right, I saw this. It was gray. It was gray in color. It was like it was metallic, man. It was definitely. It was. I knew the. It looked like a satellite, man. It looked like a satellite, but it was like a disc, like a flying saucer. And I'm like, what the hell am I looking at, man? It just came out of the cloud behind. It just came out from behind the cloud, man. And the way it came out, it didn't like, the videos that you see sometimes, like UFOs, like going like, very fast, like speedy, like they zoom in. No. This is like, this thing is just. It was, to me, I think he was hiding behind that cloud all the while, man. Yeah, I spotted like the weather. It was partly cloudy, not too sunny, and the weather was just perfect, man. It was around like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and the heat was just nice. It was like cloudy, not too hot, So there were a lot of clouds, and this saucer, man, this like saucer, metallic in color, gray, Okay, it wasn't that big. I think it was a size. It's a size about uh two bus, It's a size about like yeah, two or three bus. That length. It was about that like a vehicle, man. Like a long truck, or like two trucks. And it wasn't that so high up in the sky. It was just where the eagles were flying. But the moment it came out from behind the cloud, the eagles were all gone, man. They were all gone. I don't know what they were flying to. Maybe they were following the heat wave that they can glide on, because that's what eagles do, and that's what eagles like to. They like to glide on, man. They like to glide on that heat wave in the sky. So this flying object just came out from behind the cloud, and I said, whoa. And Mikey was like, he was just staring at his phone, and I was just gonna reach for my I was reaching for my phone. My phone was just beside my bed, on my pillow. It was beside my pillow, man. And my eyes was locked on what I saw, and I was looking at it. It came out from behind the cloud. I saw its full size. It's gray in color. It looked like a space shuttle or space satellite thing, man. I didn't feel any fear or threat or any suspense or anything. To me, at that moment, I just felt like, man, I think this could be like some radio satellite thing where they have to relay some live stream from the space station, to NASA or whatever, man. This could be like something like that. I thought this is like some space satellite. It looked like some radio satellite, man. Or I was thinking maybe like I'm listening to Fly FM, like, and maybe Fly FM is like, hey man, there's one guy in Travelodge listening to us, man. Like, who's this guy, man? And like, and this shuttle or whatever just like floated behind the cloud, and like, like, oh, I see you, man. And I'm like, hey, hi. So I was just trying to reach my phone, right? So it probably took me about 5 seconds to open up my phone, to scroll down to the camera option, to click on the camera and to freaking take out my phone and point it to the sky. So it was too long for me to do that. So my eyes was fixed on that thing, and as I was trying to do that whole thing, this thing just floated up. It floated up slowly in the sky. It floated up slowly, and as it floated, there was the sun was just above me, probably behind me, and the sun's ray caught it caught some reflection on the object, and I could see it glisten in the sky, reflecting the sunbeam, So I knew that this thing is metallic, like a car, like a vehicle. When you see a vehicle and the sun hits it, and you can see that silver thing. It's like there's a reflection in the sky, man. And this thing is like, it's an object. I know it's metal. I don't think it's plastic or anything. It's definitely metal, man, because I saw reflections bounce off that thing. So I was too late to snap any picture or just video any footage of whatever, man, what I saw, because as soon as it glistened, there was a large cloud. The large cloud just went past it, and that was it, man. It was gone behind the cloud, and I was like, oh shit. So I just like kept my eyes on the cloud, like hoping that maybe it would appear somewhere else, man. So I waited for like 5 minutes, and while my eyes was like looking at that, I was telling Mikey, I said, hey Mike, I just saw a flying saucer in the sky, man. And he was like, he was like, he was like, you sure? Oh, cool, man. Wow. And he was like, wow. He thought I was tripping balls, man. I said, hey Mike, I swear to God, man, I saw a flying object in the sky, man. Then I said, you know what? It could be a drone. It could be a satellite. Then he said, yeah, probably. And that was it, man. I was like, yeah, I think it's one of those like surveillance UAP, man. I don't think there's aliens or any human beings in it, man. I think this is controlled by some kind of a drone technology infused program, but it's a satellite or it's an object in the sky, and it's not manned by anyone. It doesn't look that big though, and I don't think it could fit anyone more than 3 or 5 persons in there, man. And the eagle that I saw is like comparing an eagle next to a bus, that size, and I was thinking, yeah, there could be someone inside, or I don't know, but how come it's not moving that fast as soon as I saw it, And why is it floating in the sky and letting itself be seen, and I'm sure any UFOs floating, if they know that someone is looking, or whatever, I don't know, man, So yeah, so I was just thinking, well, maybe this could be some national security kind of thing, some new technology drone where they are testing, for security purposes and everything, because I remember before I left for this trip, I posted a lot of nasty stuff. Well, not really nasty. It's kind of like controversial DJ songs, about terrorism, about all that shit, man. But it's just songs, and So maybe I could be under the radar or whatever, man. I don't know. So yeah, so I was just thinking about that, and I have everything posted on my Facebook, so I could always like check back on what I posted, so I could always like piece them up, man. Maybe from this post it leads to this, it leads to that, and there's always some leads, or maybe that's how I saw this thing, whatever, So there could be some security NSA kind of shit, man, or maybe it's something like among the elites or among the rich. They know this is just like some radio space thing, I don't know, like, this new guy is in town, man, this new band from Singapore is in town, and listening to Fly FM, which is cool, man, so this space craft or whatever, controlled by some drone or whatever, maybe it could like scan your phone, or I don't know, man, maybe it could like zoom in on my window, could it could literally see me through walls or whatever, I don't give a shit. So I saw that thing and it was gone. So after that, I was like, okay, I got a gig to play. I got a show to play later on at night, So let's get moving, man. Let's just not get this thing stuck in my head, So I took a shower. I went down, met my vocalist, and I went to the place, and we drank and 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 drank again, and we played the show. Everything was fine, nothing strange, nothing. I didn't meet anyone suspicious. Everyone there was all the band members, and everyone who came, I know that they were audiences, because there were a lot of like those expats, a lot of like I saw this like one big table of like a few I don't know if they are Europeans or Americans or French, or some of them they just came, and they were talking in some accent, with some I could see like some Malaysian girls, some chickies, just like talking about arts, talking about and everything. I think they were there from some. I think they used to go there a lot, like for yoga classes or that kind of stuff, So I met this guy. His name is Farid, but he called himself a chicken, chicken. So I call him chicken, The first time I saw him, he had like this dreadlock, bun on his head, and he was topless. He had like beads all over the first time when I saw him, like me, I just like and then he was like looking at me, and he was like and we both like I know you, man, It was like, hey, cool, man. And so I asked him, so what do you do, man? So apparently this guy is a script writer, So we were like exchanging. We had a conversation going on, So that was it, man. We clicked, So yeah, he was drinking his whiskey. I was drinking my beers, and I forgot. At that moment, I just forgot about the whole flying saucer incident thing, man. When I was there, I was concerned about performing. I was like meeting people, saying hi to the Thai band, meeting, saying hi to this new band members, and this chicken guy was like, fucking wacky dude, man. It's like, he was telling me about the company that he was working on. He's a script writer. So he was. I'm basically talking to this guy who's a playwright, and he's done movies like, the ones that you can see on Netflix, those Asian movies, and I was like intrigued by that. So I was just asking questions to him about all these kind of things, that so much that I forgot about the flying saucer. So that night, it was all over, man. The gig was all done. So we got back to the hotel, right? My bassist was so drunk that he couldn't walk. He needed to be, I had to like pull him by his guitar strap, on his back, just to pull him to walk. So the distance that we were playing at back to the hotel was just about 4 kilometers walk, just a 4 kilometers walk. We cut through a lot of like shortcuts and everywhere. So we managed to get back to the hotel, and yeah, we slept. So the next day was, we had to play another show. We had to play one more show. It was somewhere deeper in KL, probably I don't know, probably somewhere else, man. So we took a cab. It was in Bangsa. Bangsa is where this famous Rumah Api was. Rumah Api was featured in Kerrang magazine, I think, as one of the venues for trash metal gigs, man. So we went there. So I met this guy. His name is Shash. Not Shasha, but just Shasha. His name sounded very Arabic, something. I forgot his name, but he told us just call him Shash, So I as soon as I met him, he looked like, the kind of guy, like, this guy he looks like a cameraman. He looks like a cameraman kind of guy. You can tell, like, this guy is very good with like equipments, and he's done a lot of like stuff behind film crew, doing filming and everything. He has that vibe around him, and the way he talks, when I go there, he was talking about his previous projects he's done and everything. I was like eavesdropping and everything, and like, this guy, he's talking, he knows his shit. And they were talking about some incident that happened, some nasty incident that happened. And he seemed to me like the kind of guy who knows the underground scene and the underground market or whatever in KL. He knows everything, And so that was when I remembered about the flying saucer, right. So I just came up to him and sat down on the table, and I let everyone talk first to him, and I let him tell his stories and everything, and then when I had the chance, I said, "Hey, Shash, hey, I want to ask you something, man. He said, "What?" I was staying in a travel lodge, the hotel. So, hey, do you think that there are police drones circling in the sky, or have you seen any flying object? Like, have you seen any UFOs? Like that kind of stuff, like flying around? in like Chinatown or in KL, or have you seen anything like that in Malaysia? Then I asked him, "Oh, do you think that's a police drone or is that a police satellite or whatever, man? You know?" And then Shaj was telling me, "So where you guys were staying at?" So I said, "We were staying at a travel lodge, Chinatown, man." "Oh, you guys, oh yeah." And then he said, "Oh yeah, you guys were at Chinatown. You guys were very near the buildings that the government police headquarters and all that. The postal service. There was a police headquarters main branch in Chinatown, something like that. You know." Then he said, there's a possibility there that what you saw was some government surveillance kind of thing." Then I said, "Yeah, right. That could be a drone or some satellite thing, right?" And then he said, possibly. And I looked at him and he looked at me, and like, you know, when you see something in the sky, you know, like a UFO, chances are, you know, someone's gonna think you're nuts, right? You know. So I was like, okay, man, you know, there's no way I can get any information, you know. But what I saw, what I see, what I felt at the time was real. I'm not making this up, man. I'm not fucking making this up. This is real, and this is for me as myself, as a reminder to remind this incident, you know. And I might go back there again, man. I might just return back there again, book the same room, book the same hotel, maybe stay there for a week. I mean, it's cheap, man. It's like $50 a night, and that's about like $12 here. Yeah, that's the currency right now, man. Yeah. And yeah, man, just stay there for a week and like just, you know, pig it out, man. You know, slop, you know, stay in the hotel for like in the morning. You know, probably just go down, walk around a while, get back to the hotel, watch some TV. You know, and I just want to go back there again, and I just want to see if it's still there, man. And anyway, yep, that was my experience. Thanks for listening. If you listen, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was my experience. Peace.